There's a lot going on this week. Today, a lot going on today. Father's Day, summer solstice is going on. Any of you feel the summer solstice energy? I have got this like core through me that I was interpreting as anxiety, and once I was able to get quiet enough and out of my ego. Anybody here spend a lot of time in their ego? Just asking. Yeah, I'm not alone in that. Isn't it easy to forget that we are these wonderful divine creatures, and instead we latch on to this important yet a little more bossy part of ourselves that thinks it has to have control? But once I went, oh, wait a minute. This is solstice energy. This is earth energy. This is universal energy that's running. Then I could put some breath around it and go, oh, okay. How can I be more gentle and more soft and reinterpret what it is that I'm feeling? So we've got Father's Day. We've got summer solstice. This week was Juneteenth, with many celebrations still going on around Juneteenth. And the 2.5 years that it took for the emancipation to get to Galveston, Texas, so that people could live their freed lives instead of their enslaved lives. Even then, I know within my heart that there were a core of people that knew that they were going to make it. And the cavalry rode in and recognized their freedom. Today's talk to some may feel like I'm stepping into some political conversation, but I'm not really stepping into political conversation. I am not here to tell anyone how they should believe or how they should think. I am here to lead spiritually in the way of love and compassion and hope. So saying that, I was so moved this week. Yeah. So moved and still am by the opening ceremony of the Obama Presidential Center. Oh, my word, talk about love and hope and joy and possibility. And that is what this country, from its beginning as it was formed by a few very young men, had in their mind what would work for them and for the populace. We've had a few bumps and challenges along the way, haven't we?
Right.
And yet, among all of that diversity of thinking and planning, and just unthinkable behavior sometimes, starting from the beginning, there has still been that undercurrent of hope and a plan, even though it looked dark sometimes. There were people within that were able to see the possibility of a nation built on hope and love. And we are human beings, aren't we? And we take a lot of twists and turns. But just by the very nature that this body of people right now are gathered in this room continues to give me hope and possibility. And knowing that we are not alone, that we are joined by countless millions of other people within our country and around the globe that are holding that desire and that plan, that goal of the evolutionary love and divine awareness that is our birthright. So we have a lot to celebrate today and this week. And so saying that, I want to focus on Father's Day for a second. Father's Day can be a difficult one for a lot of people. For some, it's wonderful and amazing, and we were blessed with having some incredible fathers. And I know that there are people in this room that are those amazing, wonderful fathers. I see examples of that all around me. And I also know that there are others that it's been a little more problematic. So I want to take a moment and I'm going to read this because this is not political. If you think it is, then that's yours to work out on your own. But this is about a son's love for his father. Hunter Biden. I am not the man my father is. I am trying. Some days closer, some days farther. He never sat me down and explained these lessons. He lived them. I'm still learning them. Show up, the kitchen table, the hospital room, the funeral, the picket line, the call from the son who won't answer. Show up. Most days that's the whole job. My whole life I watched him do it, not for cameras, not for headlines, not because there was something in it for him. He showed up because someone needed him. I learned that grief doesn't make you special. My father buried a wife and daughter. He buried a son. Yet he never treated grief as a claim on other people's sympathy. Instead, it made him notice theirs. A mother who lost a child, a father sitting beside a hospital bed, a kid scared about what comes next, a son who lost his mother, his sister, his brother. He always noticed. I learned that power is not the point. The people who chase power eventually confuse the office with themselves. My father never did. Whether he was a county councilman, a senator, a vice president, or a president, he was the same man. The title changed. He didn't. I learned that family comes first. The train from Wilmington wasn't symbolism, it was every night. He read to us, showed up to games, sat through hospital rooms, waited for the children who were lost. And when the day came that the country and the family could not both have him at full strength, he chose family. He relinquished the last chapter of how he wanted to be remembered, and he never complained about it. Most of all, I learned that love is not soft. Love is discipline. Love is showing up at 1 a.m. when no one is watching. Love is answering the phone. Love is staying. Love is getting back up after life knocks you down and doing it all again tomorrow. That love saved my life. I've failed at many of these lessons, sometimes in very public ways. He loved me anyway. That's the last lesson. I'm not trying to become my father. I am trying to carry what he gave me. And if I can do that, even imperfectly, that will be enough. Lessons learned from a loving father. I wanted to share that because it's such an example from a man who has been through it from a very early age. And many of us in our own ways have stories that resonate with this. And a man lost in addiction and in unsavory behavior, but was never given up on by his father. no matter your gender, we all carry the masculine and the feminine within us. In Unity, we talk about the masculine as being the generator, as being the intellect, and we hold the feminine as the love. But in truth, those labels make sense. But when are we going to stop living in a binary world and open our hearts and minds to the all possibility of more than what we can even imagine? If this is not a story that resonates with your story, can you find it in your heart to at least feel the gratitude and the blessing for those that have had that experience, that have had that kind of nurturing love, and then find it within yourself to be that nurturing, caring parent person for whoever you come across within the world. Hope, love, compassion. We lost I don't even know where I saw this in the last few weeks, but I loved it so much. What are you doing and who are you being while life happens? What are you doing and who are you being while life happens? Because we do have all of this activity going on around us. And if we choose, we get to remember to be the center. Like I was talking about the energy that I feel running through my body this morning. At first I was going, oh my gosh, why am I feeling so nervous? What is going on? And it's like, oh, wait a minute. Just breathe into it. Realign it, reframe it. Don't be afraid of it. There is power that is coursing through my being and my aura around me. Rest into it and celebrate it and use it to move, for me personally, forward. But perhaps you have had that kind of experience yourself. Stop and look at what it is that you're feeling afraid of and find a way to empower yourself with it, to reinterpret it. One of my phrases the sayings is just, okay, stop and reframe. Stop and take a breath. I don't know how many of you are familiar with Jean Houston and her tremendous body of work over the decades. Human potential queen. I sat in rooms with Jean Houston a number of times, always feeling just so enlivened and so ready to go out and take the world and be a part of doing whatever it was that I was called to do. She called out the greatness in everyone, and we just lost her from the physical planet just 2 or 3 weeks ago. Kelly, do you remember how old she was?
I don't off the top of my
She
head.
was in her 90s. She was amazing.
Yeah.
And I have told you this story before, but it bears being repeated. She would often tell the story, because she would often tell the same stories over and again. But oh my gosh, what a storyteller. And her mentor was Margaret Mead. And in Margaret Mead's later days, as she became more she wasn't able to live on her own anymore. Jean Houston and her husband brought Margaret Mead into their home to spend her last days and for them to care for her. And I have heard Jean tell the story more than once that as Margaret Mead lay dying, she called Jean over to her, come here, come here, come here. And Jean got down close and Margaret Mead told her, in her last breath, forget everything I ever taught you. What wisdom, what beauty from this amazing woman, Margaret Mead, who in her own way created a body of work for the evolution of consciousness. With her dying breath, she saw a reality that most of us, are not aware of until we get to that point. And are at that next step to step into the unseen reality of the glory. Some call it heaven, some call it bliss, some call it whatever you want to call it. But we hear it over and over again that there is a reality outside of our visual ability that is so full of love and possibility and the allness of good. Whatever that means, I don't know. I haven't seen it. I haven't felt that. I imagine many of us get glimpses of it in our meditations, in our nature walks, in whatever way it is that you connect with the God of your understanding, with your source consciousness, whatever it may be. Again, I am not here to define it for you. I am only here to open us up to the great possibilities of the inspiration of life and love. So a ministerial colleague shared this week, a quote from Jean Houston. I often wonder if you wrote your memoir today, if your life story would be lived on the edge of possibility, if you held wonder in one hand and courage in the other, and truly believed that anything was possible. There is so much going on in our world. We can either walk around and be afraid of it, be angry with it, maybe celebrate it. Whatever your choice of living is. But to know and to remember that whatever is going on, we truly are going to make it. Just as little Milton wrote that song, We're Gonna Make It, in 1965, whatever his story was. We're gonna make it. We are making it. We hold the wonder in one hand and courage in the other, and we say, here I am, use me. What is mine to do? So I'm going to close with a couple of verses from Desiderata, another Max Ehrmann poem. Be gentle with yourself. You are a child of the universe, no less than the trees and the stars. You have a right to be here. Whether or not it is clear to you, no doubt the universe is unfolding as it should. Therefore, be at peace with God, whatever you conceive God to be. And whatever your labors and aspirations in the noisy confusion of life, keep peace in your soul. With all its sham, drudgery, and broken dreams, it is still a beautiful world. Be cheerful and strive to be happy. And so it is.